Hi, welcome to another video from the Mind Expansion Academy. My name's Adrian Taffinder, and today I'm going to be giving you a few tips and tricks on job interviews and looking for your ideal dream job. This video has been inspired by an amazing friend of mine who's been getting out there looking for a job and just been basically getting no after no after no. And sometimes what you need is just that little extra kind of advantage, especially these days when jobs and the amount of people applying for jobs are just so numerous and the competition is so high. Now, if anybody's seen the TED Talks by Amy Cuddy, where she's talking about doing power poses and things like that, she talks about the levels of testosterone and cortisol in our bloodstream, which directly affect the way we come across to other people. In fact, they found that people with high testosterone levels and low cortisol levels significantly outperformed other people in a double-blind job interview type situation where, the actual people that were assessing them didn't even know the background of what they were doing and things like that. I'll leave you the link below, have a click on it. It's 15, probably 20 minutes long, really worth a watch, and it gives you a few ideas on what to do on your way there to prep yourself mentally. As far as doing physical power poses and things like that, what you can do is whip into the bathroom just before your job interview and strike a pose, and do some positive affirmations and things like that. Now, from experience, job interviews are a bit like a sales, right? You're going to see somebody and, in essence, you're selling yourself. Because people buy from people. And the Dale Carnegie Institute of Learning actually did a lot of extensive study into the job interview situation, and they proved that actually the job interview itself was something that you should never do if you're looking to employ the right person for a job. All a job interview does is assess whether they like you, whether you fit into the company, and it's literally the people that are interviewing it. It's a bit of an ego trip for them because they're choosing whether they just like you or not, and whether they think you're going to fit into the team. That's really the purpose of the interview. So it's nothing to do with your qualifications. If it was something to do with your qualifications, you wouldn't be sat there in the first place. And that's the thing that you've got to realise. Now, one thing that's really wise to do is research the people that are going to be interviewing you. If you think it's going to be the sales director or the managing director or something like that, get onto their company website, look for a photo, see who they are. Because if you're lined up in front of 4 different people, one really subtle technique that you can do is to give the most authoritative person in the room the most eye contact and the most recognition. And if you can then kind of go down in order of the ranking people in the room, you will naturally kind of integrate with their kind of hierarchy structure, which will make you already feel more accepted. But I feel that, the job interview preparation comes before you even leave the house. And I'm not just talking about dressing in the right clothes and making yourself look smart enough and doing your hair and makeup and all that kind of stuff. What I mean is mentally. So when you actually apply for the job in the first place, there's a great little segment intention exercise, because again, it's the chemicals in your body which actually determine how your mind thinks. Now, consciously on the surface you might, I can do this job, I've got the qualifications, I'd love to do it, this, that and the other. But if you've got kind of some deep down beliefs that I've applied for loads before, nobody's actually taking, me on, there's too much competition out there's too many people wanting jobs, how can I compete? And if you've got those deep kind of thoughts in the background, they can potentially sabotage what you write in the email or the covering letter or your CV, and just kind of put a little tone on it which gets read by the person that's reading it. So segment intention is quite simply tuning your mind into a mode where it becomes most efficient for the task in hand right now, right here. Now, the way you do that, and it's something that Edison actually did he attributes similar techniques to every invention that he's ever had. Now, what he does is he doesn't think about what he wants to get or what he wants to do. What he thought about is how it would feel if he actually got it and received it and did it. Yeah? So how this would translate to you is see the job. Picture your first day. Yeah? So close your eyes, take a nice big deep breath. So you can do this with me now. It's a bit of a practice. So close your eyes, make sure you're comfortable. If you're driving, please don't close your eyes. But take a big deep breath all the way in and breathe out. Feel your body relax. Take another nice big deep breath in your own time, keeping your eyes closed. And then I want you to picture you at the job interview. And picture the smiling faces on the people that are interviewing you. Picture them being really happy to see you, really engaged with you, enthralled about everything you're saying. Feel in the flow of just not even thinking about what you're saying, but what needs to be said is just naturally coming out of you, because everything you need is already inside. You're connecting with them. You're connecting with eye contact. You're pausing and you're listening to them very carefully, and then you're giving them the perfect answer. Just picture how that feels to be in that flow, to be able to connect with them, to see them giving you that feedback of like, wow, you know, this person's really interesting. I'm really engaged. I really like you. Picture them looking at each other thinking, yeah, I want this person to work for me. Just imagine them going, wow, yeah, you're brilliant. We want to offer you that position. Feel the excitement, the joy, the exhilaration of what it would be like for them to offer you that position and for you to accept it and gladly accept it, gratefully accept it. Picture them overjoyed with the fact that you have accepted it. Just take that in. If you're having difficulty getting that feeling, ask yourself, how would it feel to be offered the job? How would I feel to know that I've got my dream job and I'm excited, raring to start? Generate that emotion, because that emotion releases the chemicals, and the chemicals will set your subconscious mind and your brain in that mode of process to achieve what it is that you're looking for. And when you feel that you've generated and nurtured that feeling enough, open your eyes, thank yourself for generating that feeling, and then write that email, write that letter, update your CV, make that phone call. Now, again, you can do this before you set off for your interview. Picture them doing all these things and then get in your car. Now, one thing I've done for many, many years, ever since I was a teenager, I used to go out, you know, on sales and things like that, and without even knowing all the things that I know now and all the validation of the reasons why the law of attraction works and all these chemicals and all this kind of stuff which make things happen, I used to naturally just, you know, right, Mr. Smith, thank you very much for trusting me. Thank you very much for giving me your business. I really appreciate that you really enjoyed my presentation and I've told you everything that you need to know to help you make the decision on using our company and giving me your business. I used to have that conversation with them all the way there, nurturing that feeling, having that conversation, creating that buzz. And then when I arrived, for some reason, everything just went perfectly. I had the highest conversion ratios out of all the companies I ever worked for. In fact, I went for a total of 30 job interviews in my time, and out of the 30 job interviews I went to, there was only one that I actually didn't get offered the job. And in all honesty, halfway through the interview, I really lost interest. I didn't actually want the job. So maybe that had a factor. But the long and short of it is even if I didn't take up the job position after I'd got offered it, because many I actually did turn down, the fact is that I had an incredibly high success rate in getting offered the position in the first place. Now, one thing that also you need to do, sales is a numbers game. It's an attrition rate. Yeah? So when you go for a job interview, well, that job might not actually be perfect for you. So use it as practice. We need to rehearse what it is that we do. And it's okay and acceptable to mess it up on a job that is not the best job for you anyway. And if you treat that as, right, I didn't get that job, which means, well, naturally, you're one step closer to getting the job, every no you get generates excitement. It was Churchill who said, success is going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. Well, I see it a little bit differently. Success is going from failure to failure, actually gaining more enthusiasm as you go along, because you're so excited that it's leading you inextricably closer to that yes that you're looking for. So have a look at the Amy Cuddy video, find out about the power of power posing, do this self-talk, go through it in your mind, generate those feelings inside, and that will start all your mind and your subconscious mind doing everything you need to do to make it work. Yeah? So do the segment intention. Take 2 minutes out before you do anything, before you go to the interview. If you're asked into the room, nurture that feeling again of excitement that you're going to get offered that job. Because the more you do that, the more fully present you will be for the people that you're talking to, the more connected you will be for the people that you're talking to, and the more likely it is that they will engage with you and want to give you that job. So I would love some feedback. If you use this technique and you have some great results, please click like, put some comments in there, and tell me any of your experiences or any little tips and tricks that you use, which are, maybe of a similar nature, or you can add value to, what I'm saying. So thank you very much, and hope to see you again.